Let me turn the phone lines on. Phone lines are open. Call, text, whatever you guys want. Huge week in Galaxy Note 7 news. I want to talk about the fires, explosions, smokings, whatever you guys want to call them. Call in now. Let's get this rolling. All right. Let's see what we got going on in the chat. So, if the phone works for you, doesn't overheat, I say keep it. All right. First call. Hey, what's going on?
Hey, Greg, how you doing?
Who's this?
This is James from Atlanta, Georgia.
James, what's going on, buddy?
Not much, man. Not much. Hey, I wanted to find out how the Mate 9 that you were talking about before, the new Mate coming out. How would you order that? How would you order that through Amazon or?
Yeah. Amazon, B&H, like those kind of stores, like the big. I don't know if you want to call them big box stores, but stores that you can buy almost anything through or any kind of electronic to. Yeah, you're gonna have to pay the full price. I highly doubt, I should say, that any of the carriers here in America are going to have this phone. But yeah, definitely Amazon for sure. Because they sell I believe they sell the Mate 8. I believe so anyway.
Yeah, you do. I'd just be scared to buy one of those phones because I don't know if it'll work. I'm with Verizon, and I just want to make sure it works.
Verizon, it will not work. Verizon, it probably will not.
It won't.
No, that's why I left Verizon, is because I love getting a new phone all the time, and obviously Android comes out with a new phone all the time. So that's why I'm right. AT&T and T-Mobile you can do that with, but with Verizon you cannot now.
Okay, cool. Well, I might just wait on the V20 then.
Yeah, no, that phone looks awesome, man. I can't wait. I'm dying to try that phone, the LG V20. Yeah, I think if you get that phone, I think you'd be highly impressed. Obviously, the Huawei phone looks amazing too, but yeah, you'll have to leave the carrier if you want to try the Huawei Mate 9. So. Yeah,
I'm thinking about that. I might just buy it on lock because it might have a lot of bloatware on that. Like the Google Pixel phone.
Oh yeah. Wait. Which phone are you gonna get? The Pixel or the?
I was thinking the LV V20.
Oh yeah.
The V20, but I know you were talking about on the Pixel phone that it's going to have a lot of bloatware.
Well, it's going to have the things I don't like about the Verizon one and for the Google phone is that it's not going to have a lot of bloatware. It's going to have 3 apps that have for Verizon apps, which kind of suck. But I heard you can uninstall them, so it's not a huge deal. And then the other crappy thing is that the updates are handled by Verizon, so. If say Android 7.2 comes out next week, you might have to wait a month or 2 or 3 months down the road, or it might happen that same week. But ultimately, it'd probably happen a few weeks or months down the road for you to get it versus me getting it since I bought it through Google.
Oh, okay, cool, Greg. I appreciate your help, man. Thanks a lot. You've been awesome. Okay. I'll be talking to you on the next time, buddy. Thanks for your help. All right, buddy. Bye.
All right, guys. Phone lines are open again. So you can call in. Awesome call right there. Huawei Mate 9. Ooh, typos in the chat room by me. Eek. Everyone's telling him to get the Moto Z Play. It's not a bad idea. The Moto Z Play looks dope on a rope. It looks really nice, that phone as well. Loving it. So yeah, guys, call in if you guys want to call. 619-721-3699. All right, we got another call coming in. All right, what's going on, man? Hello.
Hey, what's up, Greg? This is Joe in Florida.
Joe, what's going on? First time, right? I don't think I spoke to you, right?
Man. Yeah, first time.
Awesome, Joe.
Yeah, no, I've never talked to you before.
Oh, cool.
Hey, I was just curious. Have you heard about what's going on with these carriers with the Note 7? Because I called Sprint and talked to Best Buy, and they're both denying that there's exchanges to the replacement.
Yeah, so I don't know if you've been watching all my videos. I'm not surprised they're saying that, and I'm going based off of what I'm hearing from all the Android websites, the Verge websites, and they're all saying that that all 4 carriers are taking back the phone. Now, and again, the reason I say I'm not surprised you're hearing this is because I don't know if you've never, maybe you do. I know I do. I work for a big company, outside of YouTube, and sometimes it takes a while for that stuff to get down to the smaller people. The people in the phones, the people working in the stores. So I think, and plus all this stuff kind of happened, if you remember, like Thursday, Friday, and then the weekend happens. And most of those corporate people only work Monday through Friday. So I would assume that once Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday come around, I think that's when all these stores are going to be caught up to speed, or at least I hope they will. But also, if you remember on the last Note 7 recall that we had, or whatever you want to call it, that took a while. Remember, I don't know if you were watching those videos as well, but tons of people some people would go to a Sprint store in their town, and then they would know what's going on. And then the next one right in the same town next door or whatever, a couple miles up the road, wouldn't know what was going on. So it sounds like it's going to be another shit.
Yeah,
it sounds like it's going to be another shit show. I personally haven't called Best Buy or AT&T yet. I'm going to do that tomorrow. But what were you going to say?
No, I was going to say I think it's going to be worse than the first time, because this is going to be a disaster for Samsung.
Mm-hmm. This is like, if this officially gets recalled, I can only imagine a lot of people will never buy a Samsung phone again, just because it's annoying. I mean, it's one of the most annoying things.
This is the best phone out there.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, like I said, I've had my troubles with it, with the lag, but if I had absolutely zero lag, and I don't have lag all the time, but when I do, it annoys me. But you're completely right. The phone is awesome. The phone is awesome camera. Screen's awesome. When it's fast for me. I totally agree with you. It is. I would agree that it's the best phone on the market right at this second.
Oh, for sure, without a doubt. All right, man. Well, I'll let you get to your next call. I'll ask some questions in the chat.
Thanks, brother. I appreciate it. All right,
no problem. See ya.
All right, guys. Phone lines are back open. Thank you for the call. I believe your name was Joe. So, what's going on, guys? What's going on? Tell me what's wrong. I know it's something we can do. I'm sweating already. It's like 200 degrees in this room. My AC doesn't reach up here. If I put a fan on, it's going to hear. You'll hear every freaking word I say. I mean, you'll hear every bit of the fan. Call now. Lines are open. All right, cool. Let's do it. Come on, guys. Don't be scared to call. 619-721-3699. Here we go. Hey, what's going on?
So what's going on, man? It's Z from NorCal, Snapchat.
Oh, what's up, brother?
What's going on? How's your Vegas trip going?
Well, it's over now. I'm back home in the friendly confines of San Diego.
Oh, okay. So I might have tuned in a little late, but I want to know what you personally are going to get after this Note 7 recall happens, and are you going to stay with the Note 7?
So if I can return it, because all right, well, right now let me break it down this way. Right now I have a OnePlus 3 that I don't really use. I have a Nexus 6P that I don't really use, and now I have a Note 7, which I do use. If given the opportunity, because I don't need 3 phones, and I've used the Note 7 long enough to kind of get an idea of how it is, I would probably just return it. And I'm definitely getting the Google Pixel phone. I've already pre-ordered it. That'll definitely be my phone for a little bit. And I'm very, very interested and probably will get the LG V20. So I'll have to sell I might sell all 3 of I'll return the Note 7 and then sell the OnePlus 3 and the Nexus 6P, because I don't need more than 2 phones probably. But yeah, I'll probably definitely LG V20, definitely the Google Pixel. Those are my 2 next phones. So that's what I will end up replacing it with most likely. What about you?
You know what? I've only had Samsung phones for so long, I don't really know what I'm going to do.
Yeah, it's tough because Samsung makes the best hardware without a doubt. I think it feels, especially now, it feels really premium, and they put high-end specs in there. The screens are unbeatable. The cameras are either unbeatable or at the top. So you're going to get a phone that's either inferior in some ways or better in some ways. It just depends. But who knows if they'll even sell the Note 7 again? I mean, that's if they recall this thing and they have to make a third version of it. I just don't understand. I can't see people buying it again. That's why I don't think they're going to sell it.
I can't see them trying to make it again.
Yeah, I don't think so either. There's no way unless they completely. If they come back to the public and say, "Hey, okay, we've made it a third time, but it has a completely different battery in terms of what it's made of." Like, say, I don't know battery technology enough, but maybe it's not made with lithium-ion battery cells. At that point, maybe it would be they could sell it again. But I think that would take about a year to get out, which would be the next phone.
And one more thing. My personal opinion is if they do end up recalling this phone, I think Samsung needs to really offer customers who stuck with them twice something significant instead of just saying, like, screw you, sorry, our phones don't work.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think even the first time they were quote unquote gave everyone $25 if you stayed with Samsung.
Yep.
But that wasn't enough.
Yeah, I did get mine.
I think they should, especially the third time, I think they should give, if people get it the third time, they should either get the phone for half price or they should get, I don't know what they could give us, though, that would, like, wow us. Maybe, like, their new watch that's coming out, their Gear Watch 3 that's coming out. I think some people would be happy about that. But, yeah, they should really go out of their way to please the customers that have stuck with them 2 or 3 times now at this point with the recall.
Yeah.
It sucks, though.
Because I'm getting a little frustrated. I'm at the point to where I don't even know if I'm really going to return the phone. I might just wait for it to explode.
Man, you might not have to wait long for that because I just posted a video right before the show went live, and there was officially a 5th explosion, this time in Houston.
Yeah, I just saw that.
So,
are these people who are getting exploded phones and burns and all that kind of stuff, do you think they're getting compensated from Samsung?
That's a great question. I'm actually very curious about that myself. I was actually thinking about that. I was wondering if Samsung sends them out a big package of, stuff. If I were Samsung, I would go way out of my way to impress those people. But I know
I would absolutely furnish their whole house in all the Samsung products that they have.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, they should. Yeah, a Samsung TV. Because, I mean, if you think about it, the cost that it costs Samsung to make a TV and make a watch, they're very low, especially if you're just giving it away for free. They should.
Much easier than giving them money.
But I don't think Samsung's giving them anything. And the reason I say is because one of the people whose phone recently exploded got an iPhone, and that's what they were using. So I don't think Samsung's giving them anything.
I mean, I'm sure these people have to have lawsuits against Samsung. I know lawyers are probably all over this. It's only a matter of time before we see those commercials. Have you had a Samsung phone explode? Please call 1-800-SUE me.
That's totally right. Yeah, I know that it sounded like the guy in, I think it was Kentucky. Sounds like Samsung wanted his phone. He said no, but he let them X-ray it with a third-party company. I think that guy sounds like he's gonna sue them. If my phone exploded, I would probably definitely sue them. I mean, and especially since they haven't officially announced the recall, it sounds like they're gonna. I feel like they're gonna do it, but they haven't done it yet. But I think we're gonna have to wait till this week for it to happen. I think so too.
They have to do it.
They do. 6 people in over a couple of days whose phones have exploded. It's kind of scary.
It is kind of scary. And you know what? I'm still a G because I'm still using my phone like it's nothing. And I sleep with it close at night.
Well, I'm glad you're so daring, man. Is there anything else you wanted to talk about?
Man. I don't know. I might call you back if I can think of it.
All right. I appreciate it, brother. Talk to you soon. See you on Snapchat.
Later.
All right, guys. Cool. That was an awesome call. My buddy Z calling in. Lines are open because there's a little bit of delay. I got to type that in the chat. Let's see. See if you guys are saying in the chat here. Ooh, I will say I've woken up before. My Note 7 was 130 degrees, but my hands are honestly heat resistant now from Samsung devices. All right, we got another call line coming in. Hey, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on, Greg? It's Brandon with Everyday Tech. How you doing, buddy?
What's up, buddy? How are you?
Not much, man. first and foremost, keep doing what you're doing. I love it. I don't have the time to do the new stuff. I'll stick to the other stuff.
No, I'm trying to do both, dude. I don't want to get pigeonholed into one thing. I like the news stuff because it's always changing, and it allows me to get more feedback from you guys too. Because sometimes, you know, I could make a video on, like I did a video today on some tips on Google Allo, and you know, sometimes it'll get thousands and thousands of hits, but sometimes it only gets 500 or 300. And just to get, you know, the news catches on is a lot more daily and topical sometimes. So yeah, I like doing the news. But yeah, what's going on, dude?
Well, you know, it's interesting. Obviously, for somebody that follows this stuff, you posted something about the initial Note 7 explosion or rupture, whatever you want to call it, with Southwest Airlines, and you know, I was like, okay, isolated incident. It's a newbie, no big deal. So I went on ahead and grabbed one. The day before yesterday? I think now. No, yesterday. Yesterday. What's today? Sunday. So that would have been Friday. Yeah. Grabbed one. And I get home, and you're posting stuff about while you're on vacation about other units catching fire. I'm like, okay, look, as a new YouTuber and everything, I want to have the latest and greatest, and I want to give everybody a shot, you know, but it's annoying. Yeah. It's truly annoying. And I think, you know, you had somebody a minute ago talking about, you know, the maybe the carriers need to do something, or Samsung needs to do something to press upon, you know, for those individuals that have been loyal, do something extra. What I think should happen, what I'd like to see happen from somebody who has T-Mobile, you know, like you switch to AT&T so you can have a wider variety of phones. I would like to see the carriers themselves do something totally extraordinary. Give those customers not to say anything bad about Samsung. They've, whatever reason, are not doing their part initially, but give their customers who are loyal to the carrier first, regardless of the brand, you know, say, hey, we know that you're having this issue. Let's take care of you. And whatever that means in a grand scheme, you know. Yeah. But on top of that, I think this should be an opportunity for carriers to really look out to other manufacturers. I know you got some smaller ones, you know, like Huawei and Alcatel, you know, they've got some nice devices, but they're not in the big four. This would be an opportunity for the consumer, and I think, and the carriers themselves to reach out to those manufacturers and say, look, you know, one of the big four has fallen. What can you do to make our customers happy? You know, put money in your pocket and, you know, make our consumers happy. And why should we choose you? I think this is a key opportunity for everybody, you know, all three sides, the consumer, the manufacturer, and the carriers themselves to, you know, do something significant. Let's up the ante on what's available. You know, as a T-Mobile Jump on Demand customer, I have literally had all the available phones that they have available. I don't have anything else to go to. Like you said a minute ago, you know, anything else would kind of be a step down to a degree. In some ways, I still think hands down. Yeah, you know, in some ways. So it's like, you know, for somebody like me, what do I do? And I know there's other folks that are like me, you know, they've had everything else. The Note 7 is the pinnacle at this point. What do you do? You know, so I just think, you know, for anybody that's from a carrier or manufacturer watching your stuff, right, watching this right now, which you should, step it up. Let's, you know, take advantage of an opportunity. You got a lot of uncomfortable consumers out there waiting for somebody to be a hero. Who's going to step up and be that hero?
That's what Samsung makes, like the everything phone. It literally does anything you want. That Note 7 does anything. It's amazing. And sometimes it doesn't do it the best, but it does do everything, and it's pretty unbeatable. And it sucks that You're right. It sucks that, like, you know, you could buy a Samsung TV, for instance, but you can also get an LG TV that is just as good sometimes, or if not better. And with Samsung, it's kind of hard to beat the Samsung phone because, like we said earlier, it's the best at almost everything it does, or the specs are almost the best. So it is. You're gonna, like, the LG V20, the camera won't be as good, most likely, from the samples that I've seen, versus the Note 7. The Samsung, the Google phone will have updates, but the screen might not be as nice, and it doesn't have the S Pen. So there's, you're definitely making handicaps with the other phones. But to me, honestly, I can live without the S Pen because I don't use it that often. It's a cool feature, but I don't use it as much as probably a lot of other people do. So I'm not too worried about going to another phone because I actually just want speed more than anything, and sometimes the Note 7 lags on me. But yeah, you're right, man. I think you made some great points. Did you want to talk about anything else, or do you have any other questions? Or
well, something that you mentioned, like I said, unfortunately, I'm getting all my phones through my carrier, through my Jump on Demand program. But for those individuals who are out there watching, you did mention you had some other devices like the Nexus 6P. I think you said you had, what was the other device? You had the Note 7, the 6P, and something else. OnePlus 3. Maybe if you could touch again on those devices in comparison to essentially what most would consider the pinnacle of phones, to give people an option of, okay, these are older devices, if you are going to purchase this, here's some pros and cons, or some pros and cons to the Note 7 in reference to those other phones that you have. Because the Nexus 6P is the purest Google thing you can get. The OnePlus 3 is a phone that not everybody either knows about or knows where to get it from. This is an opportunity to probably bring some of those devices back to life. Is once again, people are looking for the top of the line, and those are big boys. Those are some big players. Now that they've been around for a while, they're a little less in price tag. Maybe somebody who's going to be returning the Note 7 like me is looking for, what are my other options?
Yeah, I'm actually doing
something maybe think about.
I'm actually going to do a video tomorrow on phones that you should think about getting when and if you return your Note 7. That's actually tomorrow's video. So that's a good. Thank you for the suggestion.
All right, good segue.
Thanks, brother.
All right, Greg. Let some other viewers, man. Talk to you later, brother.
Keep the channel going.
Yes, sir. We'll do. Bye-bye.
All right, guys. Phone lines back open. Let me type that out. Lines are open. Well, the chat room is going hot and heavy. We got a lot of people in here. I think it's the most I've ever had in here so far. Keeping my Note 5. I returned my first Note 7. I wanted one. My battery life on my replacement seems fine. I'm not a heavy user. I did get some voicemails here. And some Twitter stuff. Oh, wait, let's see. Oh, let's get a call coming in. Hey, what's going on?
Finally, after 3 straight calls. Anyway. Dear God, Greg.
I know, it's going busy, dude. You okay?
Yeah, it's going busy like McDonald's. Sorry for the terrible jokes and puns.
How's New York, dude?
Either way. I'm in New York, yeah.
I know. How is it? I said.
How's New York? Oh, I'm sorry. I can't hear that well. It's good. I live here permanently.
I hope so. What's going on? What's up?
I mean, yeah.
What's on your mind today?
What's on my mind is, what do you think about, it's like different, like from like, what you're talking about, like the Note 7, but what do you think of like YouTube's demonetization and like YouTube doing these like rules for like bullies and demonetization altogether? What do you think about that? I know it's not going to affect the tech community, but what do you think?
I think, well, I kind of watch, I don't know, do you watch Scarce? The guy Scarce?
Yes, I watch Scarce. Everybody
does.
Right? Hey guys, what's up? It's Scarce.
Hey guys, what's going on?
Today we're going to talk about blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, so I watch Scarce. That's kind of where I haven't watched him in the last couple of days, but I do watch him almost every day. So that's kind of where I learned about the demonetization and what some of the people are going through. I mean, if you're bullying somebody, I don't think you should be able to make money. But if you're, if some of the stuff, it seems a little overboard in terms of what they're consider bullying. But I don't know. You're right. Tech guys probably won't go through this. Hopefully they won't start coming after us if we talk about a product or Samsung or whoever, especially if we're just reporting the news on it. I don't know. I think it's stupid, but it's also, it depends on the specific situation that's happening for it. What do you think?
What I think is like, yeah, they're doing this well, but I don't think like they should like involve demonetization for like certain like words, because we need like people in the community or like professionals to look at like each video. And I get it, not many people can look at it. Like YouTube is like a giant like channel, and they make more videos than certain, TVs.
Yeah.
Either way, like they should like make it so like professionals, they have a job to watch at least like 10 minutes videos. Like they at least watch like 50 videos and like each of them are like 10 minutes. They should have people who do that so YouTubers don't like deal with monetizations for like stupid reasons. Like you see Philip DeFranco and Casey Neistat.
Yeah.
They're dealing with these stuff. Like Casey Neistat tweeted out like he had like explosion in one of his videos and he got demonetized for them.
Yeah.
And Scarce did the exact same thing and he didn't get demonetized. And you're seeing like many people like that streamer who got like really big like in fast, who got like 200K and the girl, and she's like, I think she's like
she twerks and stuff on
doing
camera.
like inappropriate things, and like YouTube's allowing this.
Yeah, I know. It's
like YouTube's not taking this down.
I had explosion in my video and they didn't demonetize it. So yeah, I don't know what they're choosing it.
Also, like YouTube is bullying smaller channels. Like they're taking down certain channels so like the big ones like rise, which kind of does suck for like small channels.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I think.
Yeah, I hear you, man. That's a good. It's definitely a good topic. It's a big topic. So yeah. Did you want to talk about anything else though?
I mean, I do actually. I have two more questions. What do you think about why do you think? Actually, no. Why did Samsung jump the gun on like Apple?
Why did? Well, because they want to get their product out before Apple, so that people they did it. The rumor is that they released the Note 7 so that people would know and see the Note 7 for a while, and then when the new iPhone would come out, they wouldn't be as impressed with the iPhone because the iPhone 7 wasn't a huge jump up from the last iPhone, and they wanted to show that Samsung had done this much more than Apple, and they wanted people to end up buying their phone, obviously. But it kind of backfired, obviously, because now they're having battery issues.
I also have one more question. Do you think that I think Samsung could have done a better job if they instead of implementing the Snapdragon 820, they could have implemented the 821 that the Google Pixie has, and the Zenfone 3 Deluxe is gonna have.
Yeah,
and they could have done it way better. Instead, like we get this like laggy phone that explodes, and it's all over the news.
Yeah.
And don't you think, like, I personally think that, like, Samsung is, like, shit.
Yeah.
Just shit.
Yes.
Anyway, what do you think about it?
I don't think they could have implemented the Snapdragon 821, and the reason being it probably wasn't ready at the time when they released the phone. It's probably just ready right now with the Google phones and some of the other phones that are going to get it. Even the LG V20 doesn't have it yet. LG V20 is going to have the 820. I don't think the 821 is going to make. I don't think the 821 is going to make that big a difference, to be honest with you. I think it will be more. If anything, it'll probably give maybe 5% more performance, which is not a lot, especially day-to-day processes. So I don't think it's a huge. I don't think it'll make a huge difference.
Actually, also, do you think maybe like the Snapdragon, like some processors are like not power efficient, but do you think it's going to be like more power efficient than the Snapdragon 820?
I think it will.
I mean, I just thought about that.
I think it will be, but again, I think it's going to be very minor, like 5%. I don't think it's going to be a big thing.
And what do you think about the camera game on the Samsung Galaxy S7 versus the iPhone 7? What do you think about the camera game?
It's better on the Samsung. Definitely.
And I have a question. Okay. Why do you like? What made you like love Android?
That it's consistently changing. There's always a new phone all the time. There's always they're always coming out with new features for the operating system. You can always customize anything you want on the phone. That's basically why. So.
And do you think like the Note 7 could have been like better? Because you see, it's exploding. It's practically the S7 with, like, it's larger and it costs way more. Do you think it could have been better, like, in that perspective?
Yeah, so let's be the last question, I guess. But yes, the iPhone, they have taken maybe another month or two to figure out if there was going to be a fire issue or maybe more testing with it. I would say yes, but maybe they did already do that and they put a lot of time into the testing and it didn't fix issues that they didn't know would arise after millions of people got the phone. So it's tough to say if they had an inkling that this might be happening or not. But I don't know, man. But I appreciate the call, brother. Thanks for all the questions.
You're welcome, and please have a good day.
I will, dude. Thank you.
Don't do drugs.
Kids, don't do drugs.
Don't do drugs, kids. They're bad for you.
All right, later, brother.
And have a good day. Peace out.
All right, so guys, phone lines are open. If you want to call in, I might have to take some. You guys have been sending me some voicemails and texts too. Let's see, Robert. What's up, bro? Just wanted to say Robert texted saying he's dreading returning his Note 7 yesterday, but fear I'd get stuck with it within. Oh, so I had Robert texted in and saying he returned his Note 7 yesterday and he's gonna wait for the Note 8. That's pretty big, man. But I'm glad you're being safe about it. I'm gonna call in tomorrow about mine to see if I can get it returned. I have to return my wife's too. I cracked my wife's screen over the weekend. Unfortunately, I literally took the cord out of her phone and I put it face down like this. This is how hard I did it. And I didn't even realize I cracked it. And she took it out and it was cracked. So let's open it. Got a phone call coming in. Jessica. Oh,
hello?
Not Jessica.
Oh, sorry. Oh my gosh, Doug, did I call your number?
I called Greg.
Oh my goodness. Oh, you're doing it off of my name. I'm sorry.
Yeah, sorry, brother. What's going on?
Oh no, I just kind of wanted to discuss a little bit with you. What your replacement phone's going to be if you are turning in your Note 7.
Yeah. So I'll be talking about this more in my video tomorrow. But I'll be. Right now, I have a phone I can fall back on. I'll probably, if I have to fall back on a phone over the next couple of weeks until I get my Google phone, it'll be the OnePlus 3. So I'll be using the OnePlus 3 for just a little bit here. And then 2 weeks from now, I'll be getting my Google Pixel phone, so I'll definitely use that. And then I'm highly considering also getting the LG V20 to test that out. And then ultimately, I'd probably choose between those two phones and see which one I like more at that point. What about you? Are you gonna?
That's kind of where I was leaning. I was kind of leaning towards the LG V20. I love the idea of the OnePlus 3, but I'm on Verizon, and I know they're only GSM, so.
Yeah, that's
doesn't work on the network. Otherwise, I'll jump on that.
Yeah, you can get the LG V20. Obviously, you can get the Google Pixel phones, and I think unless you don't want them, but yeah. What do you have? Do you have the Note 7 now?
I just got the Note 7 on Friday. It's freaking awesome. Love it.
Are you worried?
Camera is just amazing.
Yeah, the camera's really good.
It's sad that I might have to turn it in.
Yeah, I did. I did all my when I was in Vegas. I went to Rise, which is like a festival in there where they light these little lanterns and they fly in the sky. But I did a video on that and it came out really cool with the Note 7. That was the only camera I used at the Note 7, and I'll have that up probably Tuesday. But that camera's awesome. You're right, and it does video really well. It's a really nice camera.
Oh yeah, and the slow motion and I don't know what you call that, not the panorama, but where you can do almost a 360 photos and so many different little features that I haven't seen yet. So yeah, just kind of sad to see such a good phone having so many problems. I know. And causing doubt in our minds.
It does suck. I hope it'd be nice if they come back and say, oh, it's only these 5 phones, but I don't know how they can come back and say that it's only these 5 phones that exploded or caught on fire, whatever you want to call it. I think they're going to have to recall it a second time, and at that point, I think they're going to kill it. I think they'll just put it to bed. And it'll
just not cost effective.
Yeah, they should go back to the Note 6 instead of the Note.
That actually wouldn't be a bad idea. That could be the save.
I don't know.
We skipped it. We realized we needed to do it anyway.
We let the Note 7 out too early. We have to go back we have to give you the Note 6. We forgot. I don't know, man. I hope they get it fixed because they make really nice phones, and it definitely. That's the other thing is it has these edges, and it makes the phone, even though the screen is so big, it makes the phone feel so small.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah, my only other phone previous to this was the Note 3, and so it's kind of a big upgrade for me, but it felt definitely quite a bit bigger than this one.
Yeah. It's definitely a big upgrade over the last couple of years for sure. Yeah. Anything else you wanted to talk about?
So, I was going to say battery life. How is your? I know you're probably a heavy user. Yeah. For me, I just got mine 2 days ago, and the battery life has just been pretty bad to me.
Yeah, it's awful. Yeah.
Let's say this morning, I had it fully charged. Where I'm at, it's like 5:30, and I'm at like less than 20% battery.
Yeah, the battery's awful for me. I was in Vegas over the weekend. I had to charge multiple times, maybe because I was doing a lot of videos and pictures and just using it out and about, and I had to charge it at least sometimes twice a day, 3 times a day.
That's just terrible. It's just crazy.
Really bad. Yeah, but honestly, I don't get good battery life with any Android phone. It's pretty normal for me versus all my other phones. I had the same issues with the OnePlus 3 and the Nexus 6P. So some people can really get a lot of life out of their battery. They'll say, "Oh, use Greenify or use this app or use that app." I've never had luck with any of those apps. I kind of feel like they're a little bit of BS. It's just the nature of the beast, unfortunately.
So. Yeah, and then the power saving modes just kind of restrict a little too much to me. Yeah. I know you can customize them, but it's just I don't like using power saving. I just want to be able to use the way the phone was intended to be used.
That's the way, and that's the other thing is like I'll complain that it lags sometimes, and then people will be like, "Well, just turn this off and turn that off and turn this off." I'm like, dude, then I just don't have I'm not using the phone. It's like why you shouldn't. You shouldn't have to handicap the phone to make it perfect.
No. So. Yeah, they should have done something with. I mean, I don't know why they don't put a bigger battery. It wouldn't add too much to the space, the size of the phone. It's already so small.
I mean, even removable battery. I mean, you look at something like the GoPro 5 that it does not need a housing to keep it waterproof, and it has a removable battery. I believe it does anyway. I know the last one did, and you can pop in batteries. So I don't see why the next Galaxy phone doesn't do the same thing with the battery. And I actually kind of at this point I didn't think they would do something like that, but now that they'll probably do a second recall. I think they're going to end up doing a removable back so that you can put a battery in there, but it'll still be waterproof. And if they do have issues with the battery, they can just send you a new one rather than send you a whole new phone.
Yeah, and I mean, I would take a lower IP rating for a removable battery. Yeah. I think that's
I don't even think
a healthy compromise.
I actually don't think they'll have to lower the IP rating. I think they're going to either improve the IP rating or keep it the same and at the same time giving you a removable battery. I think the next Note is really going to blow a lot of people away and give them what they complain about. Like a lot of people that had old Notes like you did, I think that one had a replaceable battery.
Correct,
so I think in a lot of people that are from the old school Notes, that's one complaint they have. That's the last complaint they have, really, is, I want my removable battery. And I think they're going to get it on this next one.
Exactly.
I think they definitely
Yeah, with the Note 5, I can't remember. I know the S6s didn't have removable or
Note 5
upgradable.
did not. Note 5 did not.
Detract a lot of people.
Yeah, Note 5 did not.
Yeah, I mean, they just got to keep on track, and hopefully, I don't know what's going to happen, but yeah, thanks so much for keeping us all updated, man. The videos, I'm definitely watching them every time you put them out.
I appreciate it, man. I have fun doing it, so thanks. All right, brother.
Yeah.
Talk to you
all
soon.
right, man. Well, have fun on your vacation.
Oh, I'm back now. The vacation's over.
Oh, you're already back. Oh, okay.
Thanks, dude.
All right. Take care, my man.
All right, guys. Phone lines back open if you want to give a call. Let me write that in. Lines are open. Let's see. I know one of you just texted. Let's see. Do you think I should return the Note 7 before October 11th or wait to see if there's a second recall? I think if you're going to return the phone, I would say return it just to be safe. If you don't want to return it because you feel confident it's not going to blow up, or I don't know, you're just not scared of it, then just wait it out. But October 11th isn't that far, is it? It's 2 more days. Yeah, just wait it out if you're not scared. But otherwise, I would recommend returning it if you can. Another Robert here. Hey, do you think AT&T will provide support on software updates if they stop selling the Note? No, I think AT&T is going to wait till this week and then officially announce their recall if this doesn't end up being a hardware thing. I think Samsung's and they tell everyone that and say it's a software update that's killing it, which I don't think it's going to be. I think AT&T is going to pull the phone. They're going to have to. I mean, why would they just stop selling some of them and then keep the rest out there? I think the Note 7's dead, unfortunately, Robert. Let's see. Terrell, what's up, Greg? What phone would you suggest if I wanted to return my Note 7? That's tough because the 2 phones that I want that I'm really excited about aren't out yet. LG V20 and Google Pixel phone. But I will be talking about this in tomorrow's video, so make sure you watch that. There's a lot of phones out there, though. But, yeah, definitely watch tomorrow's video. Let's see. You got the phone lines open. You guys are scared. Hi, GregglesTV. GregglesTV loves Apple. That's what everyone thinks, beta tester. I don't know why. All right, let's see. Go back to the chat here, see what's going on in here. All right, what cases do you guys have on your Note 7? I'm currently using an Incipio case. I think I might have to invest in an OtterBox. I feel that I would offer more protection. Isaac, I love the UAG case. It's really it's got a lot of protection, especially at the top and the bottom with that lip. I did a review on this. Just search Note 7 cases in my channel and you'll find a whole bunch. Let's see, waterproof. I agree, especially with the image. Why would I spend the money on a phone with an amazing screen, but then not use it? I have the life proof. So you guys are talking about cases in there. Appreciate that. So if you don't know already, the Note 7 has been having a crazy amount of fires and explosions and all kinds of bad stuff. And it happens multiple times a day. So I bet you, like, sometimes we can go to these Android websites and you'll be surprised. I'll be surprised. I see a new news story every couple of hours. And I put out a ton of videos yesterday just to kind of keep everyone up to date with it. Yeah, so I don't know if this is, I think this is an older story where it says 2 new Note 7s. Yeah, But yeah, it's getting pretty crazy so far. So guys, if you guys don't have any more calls, I'm going to wrap this show up very, very soon. I'll give it a couple more minutes here. But if you want to call 619-721-3699. Feel free to call now if you want. We've got, tomorrow's show, tomorrow's video will be all about which phone to get if you have to replace your Galaxy Note 7. So make sure you watch that. And also, if you guys have any ideas of what phone you guys want to get, that'd be cool too. I'm open to hearing what you guys say about that as well. Do you think it's just the Snapdragon processor that heats up like that? No, Daryl. I think it's more of the. I don't know actually. I don't know if the Exynos one heats up. That's a good question because I haven't tried the Exynos one, and I haven't really heard anybody complain about that either. All right, here we go. We got a call coming in. We got two. Or no, we got one call. Hey, what's going on?
Hey, Gurgles, this is Marlis out of Texas.
Nice, man. What's going on? How
things are going good, man. I hope you had a chance to enjoy your vacation.
I did, yeah. My Samsung vacation. I know it's funny. I was getting a little. Some of the people think especially the last one I posted. They're calling me an Apple fanboy, that I hate Samsung, and it's anything. They're completely wrong and far from the truth. They're thinking I'm conspiring with The Verge and some other sites and other companies to try to push Samsung out, and I love Samsung and all that. But yeah, you're right. I was on my vacation making videos, but it was cool.
I saw some of those comments that you're referring about. You're reporting the news.
I know, man. It's like I'm not even.
And the news just happens to be about Samsung products,
and that's
right
like
now.
The hottest thing. So I'm trying to give the hottest news of the moment. And that's definitely the hottest news. So.
Right, and as a subscriber, I want to let you know that we appreciate that. You know, it's sad because I actually own a Note 7 and I'm on my replacement, and I really don't know. How do you feel about? Do you think Samsung is going to be able to recover if they have to do another recall?
Oh, okay. So I'll put that question back at you. Okay, so say Wednesday morning you wake up and Samsung says, hey, everyone. They put another update out that says, hey, return your phone or else it's not going to charge above 50% or 60%. Return it now. How are you going to feel?
I'm going to be a little upset, because we trusted them when they sent out, the green battery Note 7s, right? When they said, okay, we're going to send you a replacement. So we trusted Samsung to actually, do their due diligence and make sure that the product that we received was a actual safe product, and now there are people that are having phones blow up at their work and, I don't want to say blow up, but caught fire at their work, and everything that you've been reporting, and it kind of leaves me in a position to where I really can't trust them to say that they're going to do what they were supposed to do. Had they done that, there wouldn't be this whole, we wouldn't be going through it again. So I do enjoy their products. Yeah. I mean, I've had the Note since the very first one.
Oh, wow.
And, I own every iPhone. I've had it since back when you can only get it with AT&T back in the, 10 years ago. And I tell you, the Note is something special. I kind of really wish, Samsung would really take their time and figure out how they're going to clear this up, and then just pull the line. If they do another recall, just pull it and make sure that the Note 8 is going to blow us away.
Yeah. I think they're going to have to, and this is breaking news. It looks like right now. I did a video right before this, and it was speculation, but it looks like T-Mobile has confirmed that sales and replacement of the Note 7 have been halted. So that's officially a second carrier right now in America that has officially halted the sales. And I think you're right. They can't ever go back to this phone. They have to pull every single phone at this point of Note 7s, or at least ask people to do it. And you're not even honestly. Someone I saw one of the Android news sites do this. They said something perfect, that if you're not on, a lot of us are on it now, but like if you're not on one of those every 2-year contracts where you basically rent the phone and then give it back after a certain amount of time, if you buy this phone outright and then you want to sell it later on, the value is going to be so low that it's not even smart to keep onto the phone anymore at this point. Just cut your losses and either go with an S7 Edge if you want to stay with Samsung, or, I mean, if for whatever reason they come out with a third version of this phone, which there's no way they can. I mean, there's no way, right? I mean, would you buy a third version?
There's no trust.
Would you buy a third one?
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't, because I wouldn't be able to trust that it's going to be safe, and then we'll be back in the same situation. I totally agree with you. I think they should pull the Note 7, just pull it. Make sure that the S8, when it releases, is mind-blowing. Make sure TouchWiz make sure it's perfect. There's no lag, no battery issues, no nothing. And then when the Note 8 comes out, then it needs to be stellar.
Yep.
And basically to gain our trust back, because Samsung stock is going down as we speak. So anyways, I really appreciate you taking the call, and you do a great job, man. I enjoy your work and your videos.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And let me know what you end up getting. I'll be curious. Let me comment on one of the new videos coming up. What are you going to get? Actually, I'll leave it up to you now, actually, before you go.
I'm glad you asked.
Yeah, what are you thinking about getting?
Actually, well, I made a comment earlier. I love Samsung Pay a lot. So right now I actually have a Note 5 and I have an S7 Edge. So I'm just gonna roll with that. But I've already pre-ordered the Google Pixel because I'm a little interested in it just to see what it's gonna do. And then the V20 looks promising. Yeah. I really do like how they really just completely revamped that phone because of the fiasco with the G5. A lot of people just really didn't care for that. So I'm interested in the V20 and the Pixel. But I think Google is pricing their phone a little too high for not offering a lot of features for that price point. But most people are going to get it because it's a new Google phone. I don't like what they're doing with Verizon and having Verizon push out the updates and then not offering it to other carriers for people who don't want to finance the phone to pay up front, up front for it.
Well, Google does allow you to. It's good. Google does allow financing now. I wish they did kind of like what Apple does, where you can get a new one every year. I think they'll end up doing that with the next phone, I bet. Or maybe they'll even do that later this year. Who knows? Where Google allows you to, finance the phone for a year and then return it for the new Google phone that comes out. Who knows? I guess they probably want to see how well this new one sells, I would assume.
Exactly. I agree.
The other rumor I heard actually about the Google Pixel phone, sorry to keep you on the phone, is AT&T is supposed to be getting this phone as well in November. That's the other thing I heard. Yeah,
really?
That's the other thing I did.
Yeah. Wow. Now that's good to know. That's good to know. I agree with you on all the points you made because this is Google's first phone, and I'm throwing up air quotes here. But it's their first phone, and I'm pretty sure they're just testing the market. I believe the next variant of the Pixel line is going to include a lot of the features that we want.
Yeah. I agree.
Right now, I think that we're dealing with time constraints and manufacturing constraints, trying to meet deadlines. And, I really believe the next one is going to be probably the best one yet, but we'll have to see for that. Right now, I mean, it's a nice phone. A lot of people are saying it looks like an iPhone,
I know it has that big.
That's what they're saying.
It has that big lip, and there's nothing at the big lip at the bottom, and there's nothing there. They could have put dual front speaking speakers, which I don't know why they didn't.
Yes, you're absolutely right. They could at least, or if not that, make the phone IP68 water resistant, and then we'll deal with that. Or give it like how OnePlus gives us the option to have capacitive or touchscreen buttons. Give us that option.
I would have loved that.
Just do something with that. Just do something with that.
I know. I agree with that because I actually do like the capacitive buttons that you can use on there because it gives you more screen real estate. You don't have to mess with the buttons and stuff.
Absolutely, absolutely. And they give you the option to decide. And it's a $400 phone.
Yeah.
But yeah, Greggles, man, great conversation, my friend.
Thank you, sir.
And again, I really enjoy your videos, man. I'm gonna stay locked in because I know probably tonight I'm gonna get another notification from you.
I know some people get pissed that I do it, but hey, I'm doing it. I don't care because it's exciting. I mean, it's bad news, but it's kind of exciting. I mean, nothing has ever happened like this, at least that I can think of in cell phones ever. And this is because cell phones are now like that device. I can't even think of anything in the past that we would have had. Cell phones are the only device in the history of time probably that you've had everywhere you go that does everything for you. Maybe a caveman would have had a knife or something or a bat or something, but yeah, this is like the one device that does everything for you. And if something's wrong with it, it's the biggest news in the world.
Well, think about it. Our smartphones, right? Our cell phones, right? That's the one item that we will not leave without.
I know.
You'll forget your wallet. You'll forget your keys. You'll forget, something, but you will not forget to grab that smartphone. I mean, most of us go to bed. The last thing we look at is our smartphone.
Oh, definitely.
And then we wake up and the first thing we look at is our smartphone. So I agree with you. It's an iconic device. And, the technology has improved in a span of 10 years.
Hugely.
I mean, think about it. Back when the most popular phone everybody had was the Motorola Razr. Do you remember that?
Man, I do.
And how far they've come.
Yeah, it's huge. I mean, now you can video chat and you can watch any TV and movie show you want in HD and you can do anything you want on it. You almost don't need it if you don't video edit or like use. I mean, you can do that stuff on there too, but like if you just use your phone to surf the internet and shop and communicate with your family, all you need is a phone. You don't even need a computer anymore.
Exactly. And today's time, most kids have no idea what a cordless phone is, what a home phone is like. They have no idea.
That's true.
So, but anyways, I will tell you, I'm very excited for what LG is going to bring out, and I will tell you, I do think that the Google Pixel is a little overpriced.
It is.
When you have phones like the ZTE, Axon 7, you have the Honor 8, you have the OnePlus 3. Snapdragon 820 on the OnePlus 3 with 6 gigs of RAM. I mean, 5-inch, what is it, a 5.5-inch 1080p display?
That's the only thing that holds it back a little bit for me is the 1080p display because it does not look as nice as the Samsung one. But it still looks, I mean,
of course not.
But to its credit, if that's the only screen you look at all the time, then you won't notice any imperfections with it.
I will tell you, when I sit here and look at my iPhone and I put my Note or my Note 5 or my Note 7 or my Note 5 or my S7 beside it, it just looks washed out.
Yeah.
It looks washed out. And I love both devices. They both do what they do very well, and I use them for different circumstances. But I will tell you, just Samsung has the best displays on a smartphone,
Hands
period.
down, yes.
And even to the point to where, other manufacturers are starting to ask Samsung, hey, we need you to make our panels. We need you to make our panels. And I know Samsung's not going to calibrate it to be as great as their own, but they're going to start making them. So I will tell you, I'm excited for the S8. I hope the S8 it literally has to blow my socks off. It has to. I'm excited for the Note 8. And also, this is further ahead of time, but I'm also excited for the next iPhone because rumor has it that they're going to go with an all, glass display and no button and the whole thing. But it's also rumored that the S8 is going to have an all glass display. All glass panel with no button. So I really hope.
Yeah.
What Samsung should do, right? In my personal opinion, recall the Note 7, get rid of it. Everybody that owns the Note 7, give us a discount on the S8.
Yeah, that's a great idea. I agree with you. And they have to do something. I don't think they're going to do anything if I had to guess, because I think it's going to cost them too much money. I don't think they're going to do anything, but I think they should. It would be unprecedented for them to do something like that, and it would hopefully build consumer confidence again, especially if they have to recall the phone. But I don't think they're going to do anything, unfortunately.
I agree with you, but they have to give consumers incentive to purchase another device for them after this. People's cars and homes are burning down for a product that was deemed safe.
Yeah, it's scary.
And we're after if they recall it, which is pointing towards that way, right? They recall the device, right? No one or very few people with the you have the loyalists like myself that will take that chance, but the average consumer, the average non-tech consumer, isn't going to give them the consideration. They're going to go look at that iPhone or that LG or that HTC. They're not going to look at Samsung.
You know what's sad is I don't even think they're going to look at the LG V20, and the reason I say this because I don't even think a lot of people know LG makes phones. I think the only people, if you asked Jim Smith in Oregon, hey, who makes cell phones? I bet you he would be able to name two companies, Samsung and Apple, and that's it. And I think by Samsung losing these, by having an issue with the Note 7, I think Apple's going to grow even bigger at this point, which is sad because people were just, at least in my family and friends are just starting to come over to the dark side, the Android side, and they kind of they see the light. At time, there's things they miss about the Apple phone. Snapchat works like crap on an Android, but it's not Samsung's fault. It's Snapchat being lazy programmers. But it's
right. It's the application.
Yeah, exactly. And but what my point was I was getting to is that they were finally coming over, and now with these phones, messing up the way they do, I can only imagine they're just going to be like, screw it. I don't want to deal with that crap, and I'm just going to go with the iPhone. And actually, Apple's never done this, but if Apple ever came out and said, hey, our phones are safe, we don't explode, I know some people are going to say, well, the iPhone 6 and 7 do explode, and they're right, but I mean, not to the extent it seems that the Samsung ones are exploding. So,
well, the thing is, Apple has never came out and officially made a statement saying we understand that there's a problem and we're going to pull our phones. They'll tell you, oh, you're holding it wrong or you're charging it wrong. But at the same time, right? I have some coworkers, some of which who had iPhones who went to the Note 7, and after the first recall, half of them went right back.
Oh wow!
They just said, we're going right back. They went right back. They went to their carrier and said, oh no, I'll take that new iPhone. And I honestly understand why, because they love the phone, but they weren't going to risk their families and things like that behind the circumstances of this whole recall situation. But I get why when you have a company that makes their own hardware and makes their own software, the experience is going to reflect that. And that's why Google stepped into the picture saying, oh, we're going to get rid of the Nexus and, make our own product. I get that. But the first thing I think before we can even address the issue of people leaving, Android going back to Apple, if carriers can get away with fragmentation, like Verizon, for example, with the Pixel, Verizon's going to get their Pixel and start putting their applications on it and handle the updates. I think that's ridiculous. If Apple can come in and say, you're not putting your stuff on my phone, you're not going to handle the updates, but you're going to sell the phone because our phone is popular. If Apple can do it, Google can too.
It's true. You're completely right. I don't know why Android doesn't put more power into people saying, don't put your crappy apps on this device that taint it, and don't put your logo on the back of our phones that taint it. It sucks.
Exactly.
Android's a lot like PCs, where when you buy a HP or a Dell, or you just get a lot of the time you get a lot of crappy apps on there, especially with the lower cost ones, because that's how they make their money. They get like 50 cents, or I don't know how much money, $20 or something per app that you let the company put on there. And I wish they would get away from that, because I think, especially because Android's going to grow by people stealing Apple's customers. They're not going to grow by getting more Android people just from other Android phones. So they need to show Apple people that when Apple people come to Android, that they can get this clean device that has nothing on it. But to Google's credit, Verizon is putting some apps on there, but you can uninstall them. So that's the light at the end of the tunnel for them.
Well, I agree with you on that, and I really believe that the major OEMs like HTC and Samsung should be at the forefront of that, dealing with the carrier fragmentation. I was surprised when my wife walked in here with a Note 7 and it came in its original box from AT&T. I couldn't believe it. I was like, wait a minute, this is an AT&T phone? She was like, yeah. I was like, whoa, where's the orange and white box at? You know, are the headphones still in there? Okay. You know.
That's funny.
I was sorry about that, Greg. I didn't mean that.
Good stuff.
But yeah, we can only hope.
Yeah.
So let's look and find out what they're going to do. But I'm excited to get that Pixel. Can't wait to see what you put up on the Pixel.
I can't wait to. You know what sucks about it? I'm getting that phone, and then literally like a couple of days later, I'm going to Canada for like a week. But I'm gonna try to. I might end up having to do some handheld videos with my camera. I want to get something up. I'm hoping I'll get it a day or two before. I actually might get it a couple days before. If I do that, I'll definitely have some videos up on it. But I'll have some videos. Don't worry about it. So yeah, man, awesome call. Cool. I really appreciate the call. You're really, really good caller. So.
I appreciate it. My pleasure, man. And keep doing what you're doing. I really enjoy the channel.
Thank you so much. Talk to you soon, brother.
Talk to you soon. Later.
Awesome call. That was a really good call. Great conversation. Thank you for calling. I think it was Marlis. The phone lines are open if you guys want to give a call. Let me look while you guys are trying to call in. Let me go back to my texts. What other phone would you recommend me to get? I'm returning my Note 7. Thanks in advance. I will be talking about this tomorrow, what phones to get, what phones I'd be interested in getting, what I think you guys would be interested in getting. I will break it down for you tomorrow. That was area code 510. T-Mobile suspending sales in the Note 7. 951 area code. Yep, I saw that. I just updated my latest video to say that. So that was breaking news. Maybe you can listen to this. I had an idea. How much do you think possibly that you could have been quality control problem here at Samsung? They don't catch some of these, and older batteries ended up in the replacement. Just an idea. I'm not sure if you listened to these messages during. So yeah, if Samsung, if it was a area code 602, if it was a Samsung issue in terms of them knowing if this was a bad thing happening or not, or if they thought it would happen over time, if I had to guess, they probably didn't put enough quality assurance testing into it. That's what would be my guess on it. Who knows though? I don't think they'll ever let us really know. Oh, that was you, Ray. Let's see. That's just a hi text. Greg, this is Brandon. Oh, I already spoke to you, I think. Yeah, we spoke earlier. Okay, cool. Let me check out the chat real quick. Does V20 come with Nougat, GregglesTV? John, yes, the LG V20 does come with Nougat. Nougat 7.0, not 7.1 though. The V20 comes out on the 28th, I believe, October 28th. October 28th, LG V20. You can also, if you guys don't want to get it from your carrier and you want to get the unlocked version, you can get it from B&H. I already did a video on this, but if you're unsure, you can just go over to the B&H site, and you can't pre-order it just yet. Ooh, $7.99, damn. That's expensive. That's very expensive. I think that's cheaper. It's a little bit cheaper than the AT&T version. AT&T is selling it for $830. $800 is pretty expensive. Okay, guys. So cool. I'll give this a couple more minutes just to see if anyone else calls in, but otherwise, awesome show. We had a lot of people calling in. If you guys want to call in, 619-721-3699. I'll type it in here in case you... how hot does the phone get to explode? How hot does the phone get to explode? Beta, no, at B&H, I don't get any sales tax. Victor Reyes is asking me to accept his Snapchat. Let me check your Snapchat, dude. Let's see what you got going out here for me. Oh, we got a call. Hey, what's going on?
Hey, how you doing? It's Greg.
Hey, buddy. Who's this?
Jason.
Oh, what's going on, Jason? How are you?
Hey, I want to ask you about the Pixel phone.
Okay.
Do you? I have the 6P. Do you think they're going to still support? I know they don't sell that on their website no more. The 6P and all those. Do you think they're going to keep on supporting the 6P?
Yeah,
in the 5X.
I think there's some stuff like I heard it's not going to get Google Assistant, but okay. I believe it's going to get the Android updates.
Okay.
But if you can upgrade, I would upgrade. But if you don't want to upgrade because you like the phone, stick with it. But yeah, the biggest thing is I don't think it's going to have Google Assistant built right into it, which the only thing I don't understand about the Google Assistant about when they say it's going to be built in. I don't know if it's a separate app or if it's built into when you click that Google button and search for it, or if it's a separate app download if you have to get it on another phone. Because if I had to guess, I would think that it's just going to be. I hope it's built right into when you search and ask it stuff through that little, the search thing on your phone. But I don't know. I honestly don't know how they do it. I guess they do it by pressing and holding on the home button. But every phone should be able to do that. It's just a matter of an update coming out. So, yeah.
That price is just a little too steep for me. So I'm probably just going to stick with my 6P. So.
I totally understand that. Yeah, that's definitely a big cost for sure for a new phone.
Yeah, I was just wondering if they're going to keep on their supporting because I know they don't even sell it on the Google store no more.
Yeah, they're gonna. It's definitely going to get Android updates. For at least another year, I would guess, because it seems like they do the Nexus phones for about. You get updates for about 2 years and then 2 to 3 years, and then they kind of stop it. So I think you'll have another year of updates at least.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
Okay, that's what I was just asking about. I just wanted to see what.
Cool. Anything else you wanted to talk about? Or are you all set?
All right.
I appreciate the call, man. Thanks for calling.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Awesome call. Thank you for the call. If you want to call now, 619-721-3699. 619-721-3699. Oh. All right, I'll take one more call, and that'll be my final call of the night. Next person is final caller. Ooh, bad typing. Typos. What is he asking me? Someone just texted me. What does that say? Where is it? Ooh. Let me go back here. Let's see what we got. Can you do a recap of the bearing backing of the show? The Note 7 just learned of your show. Thanks. What do you mean? I'm not sure what you mean. Can you do a recap of the bearing backing? I don't know what that means. You guys know what bearing backing is? Not sure what that means. Maybe it was a typo when you were sending it. What's up, Greg? Which phone would you suggest if I return my Note 7? I feel like Google could champion Android and make some ground if they buy HTC or license them to an engineer their Pixel phones going forward. What do you think? I think that'd be awesome if Google bought HTC, because I think HTC did turn a profit this year, or this quarter, I should say. But yeah, it'd be awesome if Google bought them, because then they would have all those designs. Because HTC makes some decent looking phones. All right. Is it current top 3 phones in order? All right, Daryl, top 3 phones. I mean, I'm going to name phones that aren't out yet too. So I would go top phone. Well, if the Note 7 wasn't exploded, I'll do phones that are out right now. So I would do Note 7, number 1. S7 Edge. Ooh. Yeah, S7 Edge. And then probably like the iPhone, even though I don't like iPhone, I would throw something, a random in there. So, all right, guys, looks like I'm going to wrap this show up. So thanks so much for calling and texting and everything. I appreciate it so much. If you guys have any questions and comments, I will put the show up on demand tomorrow. Maybe even later tonight if I can get it up. That sounds gross. I can definitely get it up. Don't worry about it. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe. I do this every single Sunday at 5 p.m. Pacific. I do it anywhere from an hour to an hour and 30 minutes every single time. And I take your calls, your texts. So thanks for calling. Thanks for watching. I will see you guys down the road.